I'm here with Elizabeth Palmer, who is the books editor at the Christian Century magazine. Elizabeth has also served as a Lutheran pastor, a campus minister, and a hospital chaplain. Thank you, Elizabeth, for joining us today. To start off, perhaps you can give us an overview of how you came to work at the Christian Century.
Sure. So my Master's of Divinity degree is from the University of Chicago Divinity School, where I went after college. And at the University of Chicago, MDiv students generally go on to do one of three things, and it's split about three ways. About a third of MDiv students there get a PhD and they go into academia. About a third of them become ordained in a particular tradition and go on to serve in a church setting generally. And about a third of them do something else. So I found myself in the course of my career after my MDiv doing all three of those things. I got a PhD in theology, and in that degree I studied Luther and Kierkegaard and how they read Genesis 22. I think what I was really trying to study, trying to figure out, was the meaning of faith before a God who is hidden and revealed to us at the same time, a God who can seem terrible, who we don't understand at all. What does faith mean in that context when the world is so broken and we are so broken? But underneath that question was the question of why it matters that we read and write about the Bible the way we do. Why it matters for faith, why it matters for our faith, why it matters for other people's faith. At the same time, I was becoming a Lutheran pastor. I was ordained. I worked in some different campus settings, some churches. And then now I fall into that third category, that ambiguous something else. And that is to work as the editor of the book review section of the Christian Century magazine. What I do currently is amazing. It's kind of my dream job. I have bins of books that are sent to me by publishers, probably 60 or 70 books each week. And these books all end up in my office. So I look through them. I look through books. I read books, theology books, books on scripture, personal memoirs, novels. And I decide which of these books will send out for review in the Christian Century. I decide who's going to review the books, who will write the book reviews. And then I follow through with those reviews. I edit them and place them in the magazine for each issue. We publish every 2 weeks. So that's a lot of issues. That's a lot of book reviews each year. Putting together the book review section of a Christian magazine. I also work in the front section of the magazine, which is the longer articles, the thematic articles. You might see articles about a particular theological topic, about aspects of doing ministry, about writing about faith. And I sometimes solicit those articles and work with the authors to get those edited, to get them into shape for the magazine as well. We also have this really fun feature in the magazine, which is fairly new. It's called Readers Write. And this is a feature that's sponsored by the Frederick Buechner Center. And we give our readers a one-word prompt. The latest one, the prompt was power. That's it. We give them the word power. And we say, okay, write for us. Tell us your experiences. And the last time we did that, the theme was power. And I edited those submissions. So I read all of the submissions. I chose the winners. I worked with the authors to get them a little shorter to fit within our space limitations to make the writing more clear. I edited those with the authors. And what we ended up with is the power issue with people's narratives that they got to write in our magazine.
Well, that's really a fantastic set of things that you're involved in. Just reading all those books alone as part of your job, has got to be a really fulfilling aspect of it.
It's amazing. I read a lot on the train. I have a long commute, so I'm often reading on the train.
And I know those of us at the Frederick Buechner Center also really appreciate the partnership with the Christian Century on the program that you mentioned. And I think we've all seen it be an outstanding success. So thank you for your contribution to that.
Thank you.